Come on in, honey. The lantern's lit, the veil's a little thin, and the wind's been dying to carry a few secrets your way. Welcome to Raven's Ramblings, where the shadows walk beside us and the past never stays buried, and a good spell can speak louder than a sermon. I'm Raven Nightingale, part healer, part hellraiser, keeper of the old ways and ghost stories alike. So pull up a chair, listen close. You never know what might be whispering in the dark. Hello, my lovely souls, and welcome back to another episode of Raven's Ramblings. I'm Raven, your guide through all things witchy and mystical and magical. And today we're doing just a little mini episode. We're going to get through this kind of quick because we're going to talk about Mabon. Now, I did a full episode back on, I think it was episode 16 of about the Mabon celebration and stuff, or the autumn equinox. And some people only celebrate it as the autumn equinox and not as Mabon, which is totally acceptable also. And some people even call it the witches' Thanksgiving because it is about those kinds of things. So let's kind of start with the quick basics. Mabon happens around September 21st through the 23rd, and that's here in the northern hemisphere. It's right there at the autumn equinox. Okay. And this is when day and night are perfectly in balance. Because after this point of the year, the days are going to start getting shorter and the nights are going to start getting longer, especially as we move more towards Samhain and Yule and stuff. And then once we hit Yule, it's going to start going the other direction. So the idea of balance is a really big theme of Mabon, whether it be light and dark, work and rest, harvest and release. It is a good time to pause, take a breath, and kind of reflect on blessings that we've gathered throughout the year. All right. So in the old days, Mabon was tied directly to the harvest. So thinking of that, you would imagine fields with heavy with grain and crops and baskets overflowing with abundances of apples and pumpkins and kitchens being full of canning jars and drying herbs and all these things prepping for the winter season because this is considered the season of abundance, but it is also the season of hard work throughout the summer paying off. Okay, it's kind of like the end game of all that. But as a modern witch who lives in the city, I personally do not have a garden and crops and stuff. Now, I did grow up with those things in the country, but as a modern witch in the city, it's really more of a beautiful reminder to give thanks for the things that we've grown, whether that be literal, like crops and things like that, or figurative. Maybe there was a successful project that has come to fruition, a relationship that has deepened, or just any lessons that may have been learned through challenges throughout the year. Mabon invites us to take notice of those things and honor those blessings. Okay? It's just kind of a quick poke to go, hey, don't forget to say thank you for things. Don't take things for granted. Okay? So, some simple ways to celebrate. With our altars, we can decorate with apples and pine cones, corn, anything that screams fall. And you can get any of those kinds of things at almost any craft store in America, or even Walmart, or the dollar store, or whatever. Anything that kind of screams fall with that season change is perfect. You can put all those little things on your altar, like in the deep reds and oranges and browns, all those things. We also are going to celebrate with feasting. So you could cook a meal with seasonal foods like squash and apples and grapes and bread and things. Share these things with loved ones if you can. Or if you don't want to, some of us don't want to, and that's okay. Make it a solo ritual of gratitude. Fix a small dinner for yourself and enjoy that and m- eat mindfully. Okay. Take in those blessings of that harvest. Okay. Balance rituals. Those are good this time of year. because since the equinox is about equal day and night, do a little balancing for yourself. Take a journal. Journal on what feels in balance and out of balance in your life. And then set intentions to resolve those things that are out of balance and to bring more harmony into your world. Simple, right? Seems simple, not always, because journaling can get you. So it's very good. It's mentally, it's very good to journal. But anyway, offerings. Good offerings to leave out this time of year would be like an apple slice, a bit of bread, or even some cider. You can leave those things outside to the land itself, the spirits, or any gods or goddesses, deities that you work with. That's just regular offerings. I personally will leave a little bit of bread out. I don't know why. That's just what I've always done. I also leave chocolate out. No, not where any of my animals can get to it, but you know what I'm saying. Of course, I have chocolate on my day-to-day altar here behind me too, because chocolate is amazing. And if I love chocolate, I can't understand why Kate wouldn't love chocolate, right? Or the Morgan, or Lilith, or whoever else I decide to offer chocolate to. But anyway, so, with those little rituals and stuff, another thing that we can talk about real quick is if you're into Greek mythology, this is an amazing time to honor the story of Persephone. This is when she did her descent into the underworld, okay? Because she is there during the dark time of our year, all right? And that's a legitimate, that's not the word I'm looking for. Hmm. Not sure what the word I'm looking for. That is the symbol of the earth going into its dormancy and rest, is when she went down to Hades. Okay. And then in the spring is when she comes back up to topside, kind of. Right? So here's a challenge. As you celebrate the autumn equinox or Mabon, however you want to do it, take a few minutes to ask yourself these questions. What am I harvesting in my life right now? Where do I need more balance? What am I willing to release as I step into the darker half of the year? Just think about those things. Write those things down and journal about them. Okay? 'Cause remember, magic is not always about lighting candles and saying these specific chanting words. It is also about pausing and reflecting and aligning yourself with the rhythm of the world around us. That is part of what we do, right? It is for me. I hope it is for you because it is very good to have a balance within ourselves and with our outside world. So that's all for this little mini episode about my bond. Um, what is today? Hmm, Today's the 17th. So you still got a few days to go and get your little fall stuff and put on your altar for my bond and stuff. And just let that stuff sit. And every time you see it, think about balance. Think about what you're thankful for, right? And I know that's super hard right now. I know. I get it. There's got to be something. Okay. So that's all I've got for today. May your harvest be abundant and your spirit balanced and your heart full of gratitude. And if you celebrate Mabon, I would love to hear about it. Drop me a line. You can send me an email, or you can comment on the video that's going to be on YouTube, or you can comment to the Spotify episode, or you can put it on the Facebook group or page or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want. Let me know how you do it. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and share and subscribe so we can hopefully keep building this witchy community together. Okay? So until next time, blessed may bond. Bye.